Welcome back, Classy Crew, to another look back as I reflect on my early days in Monster Hunter World. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my Journal 2 and Journal 3, which is when I actually met Rathalos for the first time and when I took down ANJANATH, my first wall. I think I lost him maybe once. So let's go to the stream cam and see. It's a playlist, by the way, 23, and this I think includes everything up to... Okay, so you have a few extra treats here, but this includes everything up to the end of Monster Hunter World. It's what I call my Season 1, and then Season 2 is actually Iceborne, Season 3 is Rise, Season 4 is 3U, and I think I'm in Season 5 now with 4U.
Toad. Thought you had a good electrifying... Oh, here we go. Okay, it goes. Look at that face.
I was so bitter,
you know what?
With this
I'm
toad.
not a cruel person. We're going to get him a friend.
Whoops. Welcome back to another I Monster Hunter Journal. I have a confession to make. I know I said I wouldn't stream until Thursday again, but the itch got me, and I was like, I'm just going to load up the game and just go through the menus. And while I'm doing this, I might as well stream it. And so this was on Saturday. And, oh, okay, so this is after my... Wait, is this after my first stream? So I already have two monsters. Yeah, this is early with my first stream or so. I really didn't think a little stream to kind of get myself familiar with everything that was thrown at me on Thursday would actually warrant another journal entry. But turns out I learned a lot, and there was a lot that happened that didn't progress the story at all. It just progressed my understanding of the series, which warrants another journal. So this was very important, by the way. If you know someone who is starting this franchise, highly recommend a menu stream, because it is so helpful to actually just understand what the heck you're doing, especially World. It was very intimidating. Like, think about it. You all know, we all know now, everything on the right, you kind of come to expect and learn what that means. But when you've never seen this before, you have the top left, which has this menu bar of a bunch of things you don't understand. Then you have to look at like the little menus. And then you have all this information on the right, which if you're not used to seeing it is a lot. So like right here, just on this one screen, which I would say is a very simple, this is a very simple UI compared to everything else you have. You know, you eventually condition yourself to ignore what you don't need to look at. But when you don't know what you need to look at, everything has the same priority. Then you've got the bottom, at the bottom there, this mode allows you to enjoy the game from a different perspective. So a little bit more like, and then the left, you've got like another dozen things asking for, oh, and then there's the map. I totally forgot about the map at the bottom left. So lots of stuff. So the first thing I learned, I went back to Poogie, and you know, I got that down. Now I know how to pet Poogie. The exclamation mark goes up. I needed a
stream to learn. But I also learned there was all these other things that you could do with Poogie that I hadn't realized. You could rename the pig. You can rename the Poogie. So we named Poogie Crassy. And then I learned that if you hold the Poogie and walk around, your controller will vibrate, and
oh, he's so cute in the hands. I missed this. Oh, never forget what they've taken from us.
I learned to manage my item pouch. So I actually opened the item pouch.
I doubt I learned that on that stream.
People are like, you gotta clean this out. So we got rid of all the ammo.
I really wish I had shown footage of what my my item pouch looked like.
I don't need to. We got rid of all the mushrooms.
Oh, is this it? Oh, what is in my pouch?
Files, everything I don't need. We sent that to the box, and we had a nice organized pouch.
This is
something I really appreciate having, and I know how to manage my inventory a little bit better before future hunts.
Oh, that's gross.
The hunter's notes. And this was really cool. I really love this aspect because I learned that the more I'm in the world, like picking up drool and poo and footprints, and then you talk to this old dude, he fills up your journal and gives you tips, and it actually, like, I know you guys all know this, but I'm just sharing what I'm learning.
I love the research levels.
It tells you how to like attack the monster. The more you research the monster in the world,
I really like this.
The more you have notes on how to defeat it. They'll say like, this is weak. This is a vulnerable point. It's weak to this element. This is where you harvest all the different items. So like that, first of all, I love it. I love collecting things to unlock things. Oh no, I'm using the word love and Monster Hunter together. It's happening. It's just, I want to fill up this book. I want to unlock everything. So we're going to collect all the poo, all the snot.
I still have to do this, by the way. This is why I need to go back to World. I have a lot of unfinished business in that game.
The next thing that we spent a lot of time in is I went for an expedition, and I did not fight any new monsters. That was my rule. The rule is we do not progress. We do not try new monsters. So I went as an expedition just to kind of explore
Oh, this
the
is where
first
I'm at
area that I was
Rathalos.
in, get a sense of how do I get around this forest? What is everything that I'm picking up? And of course, getting a revenge on that smug boy, the yellow toad. So I was collecting pets. I was shooting down mosquitoes. I learned that you could do like mosquito armor. I was learning about like the flora, just observing how the monsters are out in the world and how they interact. Just taking the world in and collecting everything like I'm a rat. Looking back at the realism of world, it just hits so different how they really did try to build this kind of more immersive world that you could lose yourself in it. And the fact that I did that on my second stream here, I just, I've been playing, I would say 3U, 4U, and Rise have all have that similar vibe of, it definitely doesn't look as rich as World. Like they're more simplified graphically in some ways, but just the amount of detail that's thrown into World is just an experience like no other Monster Hunter game out there, and I'm feeling a lot of nostalgia right now. I'm missing it. While we were doing that, I met this. Honestly, I wish I could have saved it for Thursday. So I was like harvesting my mushrooms or something, and then I was hearing like some moaning in the bush, and I turn around.
What
and
a
it's
great
like
first
two
impression of Rathalos.
Cow dinosaurs, which I think they were like flirting with each other, and things were escalating. So like I went to like check out what's going on, and then I'm just hearing like flap, flap. I was like, that sounds extremely dangerous.
Did I not put the footage in here?
And I see like a shadow just cover me, and I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And then I look up, and there's a freaking dragon in the air above me. I think his name is Rathalos or something. The iconic monster that everybody knows that I still can't pronounce. This thing's flying above.
Not bad. I pronounced it pretty good.
Grabs one of these horny like dinosaur cows, and just like I book it out of there. I don't think I've been that scared in a game in a long time. And I don't really emote that well, so you guys probably didn't see if you watched the stream.
Did I not ever?
But I got like
I think I shiver. Oh, good. I do have the footage. Honestly, best introduction to Rathalos I think I could have asked for.
What is that? What is that? What is that noise? What is that? What? What? I'm not touching that.
That was so scary.
Rathalos? This guy just shows up in here? Yeah, we're not. Man, that gave me goosebumps. We're gonna hunt that eventually?
Remember, I had not seen or experienced a wyvern, like a flying wyvern at all up to this point. The only thing I had seen were like land crawlers, like ANJANATH and what was his name? Great Jagras. So to see something come from the air like that, oh man, that was terrifying.
But then the freaking chat, they're like, oh, go climb the tree. Just go climb the tree. There's something nice out there. Of course, like, doubt, suspicion. Chat was very sus at this point.
Can he attack me, or does he just chill?
They sent me to the nest.
But I climbed the tree, and I found out Rathalos' nest is up there. These guys led me right to the nest. I picked up an egg. I broke the egg. Luckily, Rathalos left the map before any damage could be done.
Ooh, I picked up
But
the egg too. They
Troy chat, I got my eye on you. I know what you guys are.
They tried to get Rathalos to come to me.
We also
Wow.
got to play. I discovered there was a guild card.
I would have
so
done
in
the same.
menus,
I would have done the same thing, honestly, if I was in chat. Yeah.
I saw the guild card, customized that, had fun doing that. So many options in there. I learned about the research points and how you can collect those by doing the quest, the investigation, the bounties. So I got more of a sense of what to do there, and I'm just loading up on that. So with that in mind, should I do that? No, we got a few more things. And I think this one, some of you are going to be like, oh, why'd you do this on a weekend stream? But I tried out the switch axe because I was like, let's see.
Oh, I was only using sword and shield up to this point. That's right.
See if I can take down the Great Jagras or a Great Jagras with the switch axe. Turns out the switch axe was a lot easier to play with than I thought. So now I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going switch axe or if I'm going to go sword and shield.
Early switch.
Sword
My
and
first
shield, I have
switch
to
axe
admit,
hunt.
I don't really make use of the shield very much.
Doom,
I'm
doom.
focused a lot on the offense and dodging. So block is like a whole other thing I might not really be
Boom.
interested in doing. Whereas switch axe, it's more about just being on the offense and switching, morphing your sword and your axe. So I think I'm going to stick to switch axe for a little bit longer.
A little bit.
Because
2 years later.
you're doing way more damage. It feels good, and it just feels kind of natural. So I'm gonna play between these two for now. And that's pretty much everything that happened in that stream. If you want to watch it, I always upload it here on YouTube, so it's in the unlisted.
They're still there.
playlist, which I link.
I'm gonna skip forward to. Oh my goodness, 17 minutes. I'm going to.
The terror of the woods is.
Feel like this react is already a little bit too long. I don't want to go too far into this, but maybe let me just see my reaction to ANJANATH, and maybe we'll split this into another video.
No more. My innocence gone. I sit before you.
Oh my
No
goodness.
longer a noob.
So cringe.
A hunter for the ANJANATH has been slain. There we go.
That
Oh,
was.
we did it. Oh, Pidgey hunts. All right, before we get into this journal, I have to ask, is there such thing as a Monster Hunter hangover? Because
Yes.
I went on 5 hunts in the last stream, 5 like new monster hunts, and the next day I felt so groggy. I swear
still
to you, I
remember
felt like
that.
I had a hangover. I just couldn't focus on anything. I didn't sleep well. I had like a dry mouth. It
Wow.
was not pleasant. So I don't know if there's such thing as too much Monster Hunter, but I might have done it.
Really
Look
good
at the game
answer.
now, isn't it? Next up, we met the first monster that I absolutely despised fighting.
Who's
I don't
this?
know how to pronounce this. It's
Is
called
it
like
the squirrel?
oh man, Jairu.
Gyrototus?
I really don't know how to do this. Gyrototus?
Oh my-
Something like, it's
Why
the
did-
big fish.
Why was that
monster.
so hard to
It's
pronounce?
basically the
This guy did
Balrog
so.
if you put it in water. And what a garbage fight. I really don't like it because you're like slothing through mud. It's swimming around. It's jumping out at you. It has that whole mud mechanic where you can like break parts off the mud armor off of it. And as much as I hate it, I know why it's in the game. I can tell from a design perspective. I'm no game designer, but I can tell that this fight is there to teach new players, oh, you better know
My health is so
how
tiny.
to,
Whoa.
like, you better not just be hacking
Just
and slashing your
realized.
way through this game, because this fight requires a lot more precision. It intentionally slows you down so that you are less likely to dodge out of the way through sheer luck. And so the fight makes sense in the progression of teaching the player how to play, but it's a really not fun fight because you are just not moving fast. The character is underground most of the time. It's just really not interesting. Anyways, we
Nope.
killed him. And the good side is his armor actually looks pretty cool. It's got
Oh, it
well,
did-
you guys are seeing
did
it on
look pretty
screen.
cool.
It just looks cool. I mean, look at that. I don't have to describe why I think armor looks cool. So as much as I want that armor, I really don't want to fight this guy again. So I don't know if we're going to get this. But now, with how we are, let's see how much I've progressed as a hunter since last week. We're going in. So I went in with my Great Jagras sword and whatever you see in the video that I'm wearing. No research. I'm like, I just know how to move better now. Let's see what happens. We go into the engine.
This was like a 30-minute fight.
In the first opening, like that adrenaline was working so well because I'm just like dodging all his attacks and just like smashing into him, and he's about to like attack.
Oh,
me,
I had
and
like an
just,
exhaust. Did I have an
wind up
exhaust
the sword and
axe?
just smack his face, and he falls to the ground, and I'm just whipping him with the sword. It felt like I was masterfully, like it probably looked like garbage, but it felt like I was masterfully fighting it. But I was on edge the whole time. Like I was getting hit, and I was like getting back up, and then like doing like a last minute dodge and smacking him back down. And the fight was kind of like
I can
pretty
remember this
evenly
so
matched.
vividly.
The whole chat was like also going crazy that they were tense and stuff, and then it like
It's
runs
about we don't
away.
have the chat captured.
All of this just kept escalating and getting crazy and just feeding back into my adrenaline. And then it starts limping, and I'm like, oh my god! we
Oh, the
got
tail is
ANJANATH
cut
to limp.
too.
We're making progress, and everyone's going crazy. And then there's a point where like I knocked it down somehow, and you know the cutscene of that fight shows that you can bring the boulders down and knock them. And I wanted to do that from the beginning. I was like, how do I do that? And at the point where he fell, somehow I knocked him down. I realized
Oh, my favorite
he
spot
fell
in the
right
forest.
beneath the boulders. Like, oh my god, now's my chance. How do I do this? So I went and grabbed like the thing. I
Beautiful.
slingshot,
Oh,
and the
actually, I don't
boulders
think that
fell
hit
on
him.
And did like 100 plus damage.
that
I'm
hit
like
him?
mind blown that I did it. I mounted him a few times right after I like sliced off his tail. Like I was just owning this ANJANATH, and it felt so powerful. Like difficulty wall, where are you at? I was flying high. I was getting very
There we go,
cocky.
just broke him.
It goes
Oh, I
back to
actually
its
dodged
nest.
his kick there
I'm like,
too.
all right, we're gonna finish this fight. I'm just
little
like, I'm gonna,
sidestep.
like, have beaten ANJANATH
Falling
on my
down
first
again.
go.
I think this
Everyone's
was an
gonna talk about
exhaust
this. I'm so good.
switch axe.
And then he like wakes up, smack, kills me, just faints. Like the biggest, deepest no out of my core soul escape, because I thought I would have to redo all of that over again. I didn't realize when they say you can have up to 3 feints, it means you have up to 3 tries. So the first thing I'm just like,
Oh, I thought it was
no,
no-
I have to
no
refight
cards.
This thing, the last 20 minutes was all a waste. I got to redo that again. That's what it feels like playing Castlevania, by the way. We go back into that nest. We start swinging on him. Bang, bang. He knocks me down again very quick. I'm just like, what is going on?
I love the energy of me recounting this. Like, you could see I had gone through something here.
So I go in, he's sleeping. I'm like, all right, here's where we talk about my switch axe training. Before doing this fight, somewhere in the middle of the stream, I went back to the pole. The pole and I, we had a nice time together. I took out the switch axe and we trained, and the community taught me this cool
training
combo
arc.
where you like you spam B and then you convert into your sword, and it's like this 5-6 hit combo. I'm like, we're gonna open up with that on the sleeping T-Rex this time.
That's what I
And
got
so I
excited
did
about.
that,
Not what I was
and then
expecting.
He died and I won, and it felt good. And just that whole rush,
Oh,
the
that's
whole
such a
chat
bad way to.
exploded
I mean,
between
it's
us.
cool
It
that I
was
used the combo that I
the
learned. but
4-hour mark right at the end of the stream. Like, there was no better way to end the stream. I don't know if I can top that fight. You guys are probably laughing because you're like, yeah, there's all these other fights. This was just the first.
So ANJANATH was such
and
a
then,
is
of
such
course,
a
we went
baby
back.
now. It's
I saw the
crazy.
armor and I was like, oh, that is a really nice armor. I want ANJANATH all over me because that is my most iconic fight to this point. And so actually that's what we're doing this weekend. We're actually going to try to farm out.
Oh, this is so nostalgic. It's great to see how these early monsters left such an impression on me as a new player. And, you know, I think that's really the magic. And you can kind of see that the early monsters like the Puke and all of that, sure, I had something to say, but the Rathalos and the ANJANATH is really what stuck with me. And I think it's important that Monster Hunter games have that early game monster that is a wall or that is scary for new players, because just look at this guy, look at me and how I was 2 years ago and how it, you know, started me on this trip that I'm on this journey that I'm on. So it's so cool to see this back. And I want to go back in there, and I don't know if I'll ever find an experience like this again, because, you know, some things are just that unique. Hopefully I do, whether it's in this franchise or another, or I just want to get back into that, like, yeah, into that intensity of the struggle of a fight and the fear of the unknown. This was great to look back on. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this probably went a lot longer than I intended to. Maybe I got a little bit too ambitious by doing 2 journals in here. But let me know if you want more of these. I'll keep reacting to more of my old hunts and my old early days. And otherwise, I will see you on the next video, the next journal, or wherever I may be. Until next time, keep it classy. Oh, my first sticky.
Oh, something else is happening. I think he bit me. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he bite me at the end?
No.